The big deal. My mum doesn't smoke or drink, but she doesn't need to tell the world. Straight edge is more than a commitment to clean living. Straight edge is family. Mike Ski.
It's a community that you kind of have to be like informed and involved in and contributing in some way. And I always thought that the label of straight edge was really important because it's making a statement and taking a stand and sending a message.
Definitely straight edge is, in a way, its own community, its own little support system of friends where, you know, kids who don't want to do what the people they used to hang around were into, which was like drugs or alcohol or whatever. It's a way for them to go and be able to be themselves and have a good time. I'm Carl. I'm the vocalist of Earth Crisis. Everyone in Earth Crisis either snowboards or skates or is into BMX. It's way more fun to go out and do something real than just sit there and, you know, destroy yourself, because that's what a lot of people seem to do, because it's pushed to them, total assault on them. Through music, through media, through advertising, that idea that that's what fun is. So we're trying to voice the other side of it.
Really, these kids are getting deeper and deeper into it, saying, wow, you know, like, I don't need drugs, you know, I don't need any of this stuff to have fun. Everything I need is right here in this little hardcore world. Yeah, my friends down the street are stealing cars and smoking weed all day. Well, I don't have to smoke weed all day and steal cars. I can wear my headphones and listen to Youth Today on the way to school, and that's what's going to keep me sane.
And if you're a hardcore band and you're asking for the support of the scene, but people don't see that you're supporting it, then they're not going to support you. That's the way it works.
That feeling will drive us onward, but the music's coming on.
You pat our back and we'll pat yours.
We're holding on!
My friend booked the show. A couple of my other friends passed out flyers. One of my friends is doing the sound. The other person has a car, so he picked up the sound equipment. The other person's making spaghetti in the back. The other person is taking money at the door. And when that band plays at the end, every one of those people drops what they're doing. They're up front, they're dancing, they're singing along.
Who can question what we feel? Who can try to keep us down? We will be relentless, holding on for the kids!
The straight edge underground scene is such a network of support. We're just a band of kids playing for kids, and we're not trying to be rock stars. We're not going to have a video on MTV. We're not going to be the next hit band out there.
We've played in South Dakota, where it's literally 200-300 miles to like the nearest anything. And we'll show up to the show. We think 20 kids are going to show up, 400 kids there. Southern California, 750 kids. We'll play in Boston, it'll be 1,000 people. And all it takes is a piece of photocopied paper. You hand that out, and 50 kids are going to know about it in the next 10 minutes. Hardcore has a fanatical following. I'm surprised the U.S. government hasn't declared straight edge a cult yet.
You're listening to Lamac Live on Radio 1. This is True Till Death, the story of straight edge. The roots of the hardcore straight edge family lie in the music. It's where it all began. From city to city, the faithful take pride in building their local scene, starting labels and zines in true DIY punk rock style. Hotbeds include Philadelphia, Orange County, and New York City, and there's a healthy rivalry from state to state, founded on the insanity of the live shows. Representing hardcore stronghold Boston is John LaCroix of 10 Yard Fight.
A hardcore show is going to knock you out. Somebody once described it as a movie Fight Club. There's no rules. You have all these things that you deal with day to day. We've had problems with school, I had problems with work, my mom hates me, my girlfriend dumped me. And you go to a hardcore show and you forget about every little bit of it. It all changes and you bond by beating the shit out of each other. You've got flying fists, kicks, elbows, heads, knees, bodies flying around. You know, your parents may look at these pictures of people piled on top of people and think, oh my God, my son's going to riot. People are walking out with bloody noses, broken arms, broken fingers, broken hands, broken feet, and they're laughing. Hey, you knocked me in the face. That was great, man. My teeth are missing. My nose is broken. Next week, man, everybody's going to get killed. I'm going to go so nuts. And next week, I'll knock you in the face. It's the thing that kept us from really causing trouble. Hardcore's been that kind of release for all of us, and I don't think you can get that anywhere else.
It's more acceptable for young males to go out and get drunk and experience that whole, like, machismo, whoop it up kind of thing. Straight edge kids don't have an outlet like everybody else. When you have no buffer and no release, you know, you're pissed off a lot of the times, but if you want a clear head and just make yourself feel everything that's going on, that's the trade-off, I guess. Hardcore, you're experiencing slam dancing for the first time. If you're doing that sober, then, you know, you need more than a drink anyway.
It's tackle football to music. It comes down to chemistry. Testosterone makes you want to punch your friends in the face. I guess estrogen doesn't make you want to punch people in the face. It's unfortunate because I'd love to see some of the girls get out there and forget the fact that it's a bunch of sweaty boys punch each other in the face and throw some punches themselves.
Commitment to straight edge is not to be taken in vain. Symbolised by the X, representing a life free from alcohol, tobacco and drugs, it's a badge worn with honour, worn for life. The straight edge is true till death. Sweet Pete of In My Eyes.
If you really think about that statement, that's a bold statement to make. Till you die, meaning till you stop breathing, you're going to be something, you're going to believe in something. And it's something that I don't take lightly. And then when I see other people take it lightly, it's like, hey, you know, I'm straight edge, but I'm going to get drunk. And then a week later be like, oh, what did I do? No, I'm straight edge again. Like, the again part kind of rubs me the wrong way, you know?
When you're saying something, and that's one of the main things that your band is built on, kids really look up to you, you know, hold you up to a standard. When you screw up in the hardcore scene, people aren't forgiving at all. Everyone knows about it, and no one likes you. It's hard to come back. How about you? It's kept me in check. It makes me always think twice about everything I do.
For those who fall off, the scene can be unforgiving. Ray Capo.
It was a cool lemon in the milk last year when I went on tour and I was in Italy and I drank wine with my meal. And people that I had friendly relationships with that were straight edge or in straight edge bands were like furious.
I remember going, oh my God, he was lying. You see this guy who's been screaming at you to be straight edge, to be strong, to smack beers out of people's hands, but behind your back they're drinking. They wrote these lyrics and they were perfect reality, they were truth. Now they're just fiction.
This was like a scandal in the straight edge scene last year. They're like vultures ready to ostracize and condemn and see, I was waiting for him to fall. That they could get so worked up over something like that. They condemn a person, one of the founders.
It's an ongoing battle in the straight edge scene, whether, you know, people are saying people make mistakes and you can't be unforgiving and not accept anyone back. It's tough, but all I can do for myself is know that I'll never disgrace the straight edge. And if other people are going to play games and drink 1 week and then not drink and say they're straight edge, that's their own game.
It's a truth. It's something that we hold true to all through adulthood, all through our lives. It's a lifetime commitment. That's what the X symbolizes. To abstain from all narcotics and smoking cigarettes and drinking alcohol.
It's not easy for people to do it for a long time. There's certain things that I believed when I was a kid that I don't believe now. You can't expect people to stay the same throughout their whole life. With straight edge, there's certain ideals that you can hold. And when it's something that you really believe is like one of the cornerstones of who you are, and then people just kind of wash it away, it makes you feel hurt. It does become like a religion, and you know how serious people believe in their faiths.
There's a lot of horrible things people have done in the name of God. When people think my way is the only way, in the same way you could become straight edge and be completely intolerant and arrogant and do it to build the ego. You know, to stroke your ego, to say I'm better than you, and becomes very elitist, and ultimately I think defeats the purpose of self-improvement. So if someone wants to walk around saying I'm straight edge, and if you're not now, you never were, and stuff like that, I really don't have any interest in being their friend.
The The dropout rate in straight edge is unsurprisingly high. It's a code which can prove hard to live up to, especially with the distractions that come with age. Many straight edge kids and bands have proved it's true